According to Hughie Fury, this is what he also had to say on his comeback campaign. He said, quote, 100% I'll fight Daniel Dubois. These are the fights that I want. These are the fighters that hopefully I'll get now. Get my chance. Hughie Fury. And let me counterpunch. I hope, because I have mad respect for Peter Fury, his father. You know, I think he's a great trainer. I think he's a down-to-earth, honest person. Now, can I say that about Hughie? No, I can't. He hasn't earned that. He hasn't earned it yet. Okay. We've heard him say that he wants to fight Alexander Usyk. He said that a couple days ago. He's also said that he wants the best fights and this, that, and the other, and he believes he's the one to do all this. Now he's calling out Daniel Dubois. And I think he's just going to have to show me that he's not a bullshit artist like his cousin. Because Tyson Fury says, and he used to do the same thing, calls out a bunch of fighters or calls them bums and says they're not this and they're not that, and I'll fight them and beat them 7 days a week, twice on Sunday, and all this. And those fights hardly or never happen, especially when those guys do what Zhang did or do what Joe Joyce used to do. You know, he wouldn't fight those guys. So Hughie Fury, if he's anything like his father, okay, that's why I mentioned him. He's truthful about what he's saying, because I think Peter is a person that, you know, he's genuine in what he wants to do. Let's hope that's Hughie. But Hughie hasn't earned that reputation yet, because we know what he's done with Michael Hunter, and that was bullshit, I feel. I do know that he was sick, and I think he's better, and maybe because he's feeling better, he's calling out these guys. And I don't think that Daniel Dubois would have any problem fighting Hughie Fury. In fact, I think that's a good comeback fight for Daniel to see what Daniel can do. And then Hughie, you know, it's either, hey, that's a sink or swim fight for both guys anyway, because if Daniel loses again, you know, I don't think that, you know, Frank will, you know, have the patience that he's had before. Whereas Hughie has to show that, hey, I am a guy and I am a force to be reckoned with. I've spent a lot of time out of the ring or, you know, away from these fighters. But the reason why I'm doubtful is not just because of Tyson Fury. It's because of the Michael Hunter issue. Well, if you won't fight Michael Hunter, what makes us think that you'll fight Daniel Dubois? You know what I mean? Now, I will say this about Daniel, okay? When people witness someone getting beat, they see them taking the L, getting beat, and they feel that they can replicate that. You know what I mean? It's easier to it's easier of an idea to see that, you know, to see someone get beat and think you can do it versus never seeing it done before. So I think a lot of people jump on that bandwagon, you know, or they feel that he's damaged goods because of the knockout that he took from Usyk, and everyone thinks that they can do what Usyk did. But that's the beauty of it, because a lot of times, you know, keep thinking that. If you feel that you can do what Alexander Usyk can do, well, by God, let us see it. But that's the tread, you know, that's normally the formation with most fighters. They see someone get beat and they're like, I can do that, because you saw it physically in your, you know, from your own eyes. And that's not always the case. But Hughie Fury calling out Daniel Dubois, I think that's a very possible fight too. You know, it's a realistic fight that could happen. You know what I mean? And I think that both guys would have no reason on fighting each other. So let's see if that takes place. You guys tell me what you think of Hughie Fury calling out Daniel Dubois. That's another fight that he wants. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.